AITA for faking sleeping all night to see if my wife is lying. The past couple of months, my wife has been complaining about our cats. She's been claiming that the cats wake her up constantly and that she's frustrated every night that she has to get up and open the door for the cats, or the cats keep making noises, or the cats keep jumping on her. It got to the point where she started saying she wants me to get rid of them. I told her I've never seen or heard any of this, but she claims I sleep through it all. She kept telling me she was getting less and less sleep and kept acting aggressive, blaming lack of sleep from the cats, and that if I didn't get rid of them, she'd leave me. I legitimately started considering giving the cats to my sister, until I noticed something. One morning she claimed she had gotten up multiple times throughout the night to help the cats. She listed a bunch of times. I thought it was weird, because I had been up until 4 a.m., and she claimed that she got up at 1 a.m. to open the door for them, and a few times around 3 a.m. because they were meowing and jumping on her. I was in the bedroom the entire time while she slept, and I know none of that happened. Things weren't adding up, so I decided to run a test. I waited until she said she was going to bed, then I let the cats out of our bedroom, lowered my phone brightness, and faked going to sleep. I just laid there in bed for the entire night, bored, but I definitely did not fall asleep. I made sure to make timestamps every 30 minutes on my phone through Discord, just to be sure. I marked down every noise my cats made. One cat had jumped down from something and made a little sound at 3:18 a.m., and one ate food relatively quietly by the bedroom door at 4:57 a.m. Other than that, nothing happened. Sure enough, my wife slept from 11 p.m. until 9 a.m., and that morning she claimed she had woken up at least 7 times to open doors and from cat noises and cats jumping on her. At this point I was pissed because she was clearly lying to me. I was exhausted and fed up with the lies, so I just bluntly called her out on it. I told her, "That's funny. I stayed up all night to monitor the cats, and they weren't even in the room at all last night. I have timestamps and everything. So you've been lying to me and trying to convince me to get rid of my cats. Why?" She just sat there quickly shaking and looking pissed, then got up and left without answering. She came back hours later and ignored me whenever I talked, and when I asked her how I'm the bad guy in this situation, she finally said that I was treating her like a child by lying about sleeping and staying up all night just to see if she was lying or not, and that making timestamps and everything as if I was an investigator was going too far and makes me an obsessive-a-hole. I did it because she was threatening to make me get rid of my cats or she'd leave me, and her claims didn't add up. So, am I an obsessive asshole? Update. My wife has been Baker acted. She did not hurt herself, just said something concerning in public. I got a call from the hospital this morning, asking me to head over for some family therapy. Apparently she finally wanted to talk. I'll be honest, I'm pretty pissed at the reason why she's been so hateful towards my cats. It's absolutely asinine. It's nothing that anyone had suggested. She's not cheating. She's not sick physically or mentally. She's not bored of the relationship and looking for an out. According to her, one of the cats stepped on her laptop and ruined a story she was writing. She's hated both cats ever since. I mean, that sucks, but it's not worth trying to emotionally blackmail me into getting rid of them. I asked her why she didn't just tell me the truth and why she'd been lying and refused to talk about it when I'd asked. Her answer was because you wouldn't have gotten rid of them otherwise. And explained that when she saw I wasn't willing to abandon them for her, she took offense and made it a goal to have me pick her over them. Sickening. Don't know why she actually admitted to it all. The woman with us asked me how I felt about all of it, and I just told the truth. I told her it was a nice run, but I'm probably going to want a divorce. I was asked why, and I told them. I've seen a new hateful, malicious side of her that I want nothing to do with. She was so set on getting rid of the cats over a fanfiction being ruined that she manipulated her husband. My wife started shouting at me that I've betrayed her and that I'm scum for choosing animals over her. At least cats don't give ultimatums like she gave. It sucks that she's been Baker acted and all, I guess, but it's for the best right now. She'll have time to process it all in a safe environment and hopefully come to terms with it. Bad husband, I know. I'm almost sure I'm going for divorce. I'm very worried about having her in the same house as my cats. I want my cats safe. I don't want to worry about them being harmed or disappearing. Screw that. I guess I'll do what almost all of you suggested. Keep the cats, rehome the wife. Not how I wanted it to end, but life isn't always nice. If I may, I want to clear up some things from the original post. I did not stare at her all night. We have a mute TV with subtitles playing every night. I subtly watched TV while paying attention to the cat sounds. I'm not allowed to install cat doors, and she won't let me keep the doors open. Apartment rules. Why did I instantly assume she was lying? I'm unfamiliar with mental health diseases. I know about some diseases, but ones that make you think your dreams happened. Tumors that make you see, hear, remember non-existent things. Sorry that I wasn't aware of those possibilities. So when someone tells me events happened when they literally didn't, I generally assume they're lying. Shame on me. If you want even more context questions answered, simply go through my comment history. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, NTA. That was gaslighting and manipulative, and if she had issues with your cats, she should have said so directly. Redditor follow-up. Don't let her flip this around on you either by making you out to be the bad guy for catching her in a lie. Redditor 2, NTA, but you've kinda called her bluff about her leaving you now you've removed the cat's excuse from the equation. Wishing you all the best. Redditor follow-up, this. I mean if it's her or the cats. And you're on the fence. Why the hell are you two still together? She's told you she wants the cats gone. She's told you she will leave you if the cats aren't gone. Your choice was a power move, sure. But at what cost? She still wants the cats out. Redditor 3, NTA, in my opinion you had to test her. She's trying to get you to get rid of your pets, and essentially blackmailing your relationship over it. What's your next move? Op answer, I honestly don't know my next move. We've been essentially perfect together for years, and she's never done anything like this before. I didn't even realize she was capable of such immature actions. I mean, I hate to have to go through a messy divorce and potentially lose a bunch of my own money items over one lie I've ever caught her in. It might be easier, cheaper to just deal with the situation through couples therapy and give it one more chance, honestly. Though, the prenup we signed would make a potential divorce a lot cleaner. Update 2, AITA for faking sleeping all night to see if my wife is lying. It's over. A divorce is inevitable. She went full psycho. I thought her being Baker acted would help. I'm sorry if this is all so confusing. Right after the last update, I left her a message saying that I'll be here to support her if she wants me to, and that if she wants her items, she'll have to meet me at the apartment. I figured she'd read it when she got released. After she was released from the hospital, she texted me, "I'm getting my poop." I told her that her old key won't work anymore and that I got off work in an hour and could let her in to grab her things. She replied, "I don't think so." I rushed home from work to find my bedroom window smashed. I live on the second floor with no balcony. She had broken the window and somehow climbed the outer wall to enter the window. She took her laptop, headphones, and on her way out she had destroyed the cat litter box and the cat tree bed. I also couldn't find any of their toys anywhere. Thank you to those of you who advised me to have my sister watch my cats for a while. The cats are safe with her, and she doesn't know where my sister lives. I called her and she instantly declined the call and texted me what. I told her to pay to replace what she damaged stole, and she tried to be clever by responding with no amount of money can fix what damage you caused. I didn't take anything either. You owe me a new laptop. I never even mentioned her laptop was gone, so it's obvious she was lying yet again. Thankfully we have a tile account that lets us track items, and we both have tiles in our cars. I found her car in a Walmart parking lot, and through the window I could see all of the stolen items, along with her laptop and headphones. I just straight up called the police at this point. Long story short, we're going to be spending a lot of time in court. Mental illness or not, I have no sympathy for her anymore. She broke into my apartment, stole poop, lied about it, and tried to get me to pay for her poop. That's ignoring the fact that she destroyed the litter box and cat tree. I'm 100% certain that if the cats were home at the time, she would have hurt, killed or kidnapped them. I do know that divorce is guaranteed. I'd also like a restraining order and money back for what she damaged, but that might be too much. I'm just so done. I feel defeated. I didn't even want to update. I didn't want to deal with more messages about how she or my cats deserve death, or this didn't happen. I haven't had the will to do much of anything. I've even called out of work multiple days in a row. I just lay around the house thinking of what I could have done different. Was there a better ending for everyone? Anyway, I hope this is the last update. I really do. I just want it to stop, please. Thank those of you who have supported me through nice comments or advice or even sharing your own similar experiences. It's nice to know I'm not exactly alone. Thank you. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, I am glad the kittens are safe, but please get that restraining order and some therapy for yourself. You need to feel safe and know this is not on you. Let your work, family, and friends what is happening just in case. Better safe than sorry. Redditor 2, dang what a ride. Sorry you went through all that and glad you and your cats are safe. Good for you for getting out. Redditor 3, Jesus Christ, what the duck. I wonder what the duck happened to her. You mentioned you two have more or less been happy in your marriage up until this point, and that this behavior is bizarre for her. People don't normally just switch on a dime from normal to whackbag like that. This reminds me of how a lot of pro football players are super nice, but then after some CTE they turn into monsters. See, OJ. Is your wife a pro football player? Jokes aside, I'm so sorry this happened to you. It sounds like there's nothing you could have done differently to stop this. This sounds like her problem. You couldn't have predicted that she would just lose her mind for no reason. You couldn't have stopped her from going full-on balls to the wall Looney Tunes. I'm glad you left your cats with your sister, they will be safe there. I hope you're able to win this legal battle and then get this crazy woman away from you. Keep your cats with your sister for the foreseeable future. If you have the means, after all the legal stuff has settled, you might want to consider moving. Also, most writing programs have an auto-save feature and an undo feature. What the hell was she typing her fanfiction on that didn't have either of those? Redditor follow-up: sometimes people hide who they are. It sounds like she was, but getting caught out doing her sneaky psycho behaviors emboldened her to show her full-on craziness. Update 3, AITA for faking sleeping all night to see if my wife is lying. It's been a while. I'm doing better, for anyone curious. My cats and I have moved into a new place and only my side of the family knows where I live. I've documented everything, and I finally feel safe. She contacted my family by showing up at their home and threatened to sue me and fight a legal battle for ownership of my cats unless they told her where I moved to. Yes, she threatened to fight for custody of my cats that she abused. I have no idea why. My family didn't fold, because she basically threatened them with an easy win for me. Quite a few people that once sided with her are now apologizing to me after seeing how she's been acting. I had to quit my job because she kept causing trouble for the company and they gave me the option to either quit on my own terms or be fired. I have a new, better job that nobody else knows about, and a lot of friends and family to support me. I'm still a bit frustrated by all of this and get nervous when I get anonymous calls, but overall I feel much happier now. I even have someone interested in me, but honestly I still need time before I consider anything of the sort. I don't want to drag someone else into stalking drama. Thank you to those who asked for an update, and who have supported me given proper advice. I really appreciate it. I'm sure this will be my last update unless something else wacky happens. Peace. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, she is definitely trying to sue you for custody of the cats so she can try to screw you one last time by no doubt killing the cats, blaming them for ruining your relationship, even though she's clearly the catalyst for the end with her unwell behavior. Keep your head up. You'll get past this. Redditor 2, all that over a ruined fanfiction, huh? Op answer, yes, and I actually got to see part of it before she got her laptop back. It was a Jacksepticeye fanfiction. It was terrible. Redditor 3, happy you are safe and doing better. I'm glad you have good family and friends to support you. I would say don't jump into a relationship until you feel ready. Focus on yourself and your mental health. Take every day one at a time. Final update, AITA for faking sleeping all night to see if my wife is lying. I didn't plan on ever updating again, nor even looking at this account again. That being said, a bunch of people on YouTube and TikTok and Twitter seemingly read my posts to their audiences recently, so out of nowhere my emails were flooded with notifications from this account. Sorry if I sound frustrated, as the memories being forcefully brought back are not exactly happy ones. It's not as if I enjoyed divorcing my supposed life partner after being manipulated, blackmailed by them. It was a miserable time of my life, but I did what I needed to for the safety of my cats. My update is neither happy nor sad. Honestly, nobody really won here. My cats were hurt and frightened by all of this. Having been kicked at, moving from place to place, losing someone that they for a long while considered their mother friend. They haven't been as playful as they used to be, and the youngest one had been urinating around the house. The vet said it's a behavioral thing. She knows what happened and believes that to be why he's doing that. My ex-wife has been homeless couch surfing wherever she can. All I know is from a mutual friend. She got into drug usage from someone who let her stay at their place, and I don't even need to explain how that negatively impacted her considering she clearly already had issues. I don't know much of anything else, other than she never got mental help, because she refused it when offered. She also apparently uses an altered telling of the events that happened as a way of gaining sympathy from people. I myself have a decentish newer job after I had to quit my old one because of her. I lost all those amazing benefits and such great pay. Luckily I have a new girlfriend. We'd been debating on dating for a while, and a few weeks back we decided to try it. We're having fun for the most part, but I still have bouts of anxiety and trust issues after everything that happened. When she first told me she saw my cat urinating on the carpet, I almost had a panic attack and started questioning her. After I calmed down, I felt terrible. I've been going to therapy and I've recently started meds for a bunch of mental issues likely caused by all of this, so hopefully I'll be back to normal some point soon. As you can see, nobody won. Everyone is struggling in some way. It sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. I really don't want to focus on this much further. I'm going to keep notifications on for like maybe a day, then I'm turning them off and probably never coming back here again. I'm sorry if this update isn't what you hoped for, but it is what it is. I'm sorry. Redditor's reactions, story 2 after. Redditor 1, my heart goes out to you, op. If you're reading this, I too have had cats with behavioral issues that causes peeing, fell-away spray and plug-in bulbs, extra litter boxes, daily scooping of all boxes, CBD with meals, several cat towers and daily playtime all helped together to get it under control. The towers lots of high spaces and spending 20-ish mins daily playing with the troubled cat and separate time for the others had the most impact. I hope that you and your wonderful felines are able to get to a better place. Peeing due to feline stress is so hard to deal with. Oh, and zero odor sprays worked the best for me in terms of neutralizing the urine. I think I tried everything at this point. I hope some of those help. Redditor 2, you don't owe anyone an apology, I hope everything goes well. Redditor 3, I have lost my home and my animals were displaced and never completely recovered due to an abusive relationship. It eventually gets better, I promise. I'm so sorry internet trolls made this worse. But you're not alone and you were not wrong in your choices. Try to stay positive and take care of yourself and the pets. It's really hard but please try. Redditor 4, try Feel Away. It's a plugin like Glade and can help with feline anxiety. Story 2, whipped her for forgiving my dad. My dad and mom were married for 19 years. They divorced when I was 14 when my dad left my mom after cheating on her. It causes major rift between my sister, who was 18 at the time, and I's relationships with our dad. We basically disowned him and went with our mom. Since we were old enough, we chose to be full-time with mom, which really hurt my dad since we were daddy's girls and incredibly close to him. He still showed up for every event we had, sent us birthday and holiday gifts via mail and tried to have some relationship with us. We just went North Carolina. We didn't even invite him to our weddings. Living with my mom, however, was not all sunshine and rainbows. She got very mean very quickly. She often blamed me for the divorce and said they were happier before me. Criticized my appearance, since I resembled my dad a lot. My sister, though never sided with my mom, she never protected me either. Although we were close, she was the golden child. She got her entire university paid for by my mom, but she didn't have anything saved up. I learned dad had money saved up for me and was willing to hand it over no strings attached, but my mom and sister told me that it would be a betrayal and not to take it. I was still pretty upset and decided to do it myself. Luckily, I got a partial scholarship. Fast forward to now, I, 6 months pregnant with second child, discovered my husband had been cheating the entire relationship and his stress was pregnant. He basically kicked me and our daughter out since the house we live in was his parents' and we didn't pay rent. I asked my mom and sister for help, but mom said she was done raising kids and didn't want me back. My sister and her husband are child-free, so also refused. I had to get a motel with what little money I could take out before my ex basically drained our account. Out of desperation I called Dad. He drove 12 hours to pick me up and all I could do was sob. He took us to his home and has been taking care of me for the past few months. His wife has shown me more love and given me more support than my mom has my entire life. My ex basically told me he will give up right if I don't ask for CS or alimony, which I accepted because I know him and his family can basically make life hell for me and my kids with custody and divorce battles. Plus my dad told me he will take care of everything for the kids even after I get my life together. He has been the biggest support I've ever had, and now after talking to him and thinking back, I realize how toxic my mom was to him. She basically treated him like a doormat and withheld any affection whatsoever. I remember seeing my dad cry in his car outside the house a few times and how miserable he looked. I was talking to my sister about it and mentioned I want to forgive Dad, and she went off on me and called me traitor, probably cause my dad has always said he will always feel guilty of how it affected us and is ashamed of his action but does not regret it as it gave me strength to leave. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, NTA, your sister and mother are both toxic as shoals, and your ex is a massive a-hole. Get him to sign away his rights to your kids and be done with him. I wanted to also blame you for being such an a-shole to your dad, but I do not. Honestly, I think you were manipulated into that by your mom and sister at a young enough age that you couldn't have really resisted too much. And he's always, very obviously, loved you and cared for you, despite how you treated him. He sounds like a fantastic dad. I hope you keep him. Redditor follow up, this. Also NTA, your dad sounds like he was shut down by your mom in many ways. The way your mom treated you was not right and she abandoned you after you found your husband also cheated on you. Where is her sympathy? Forgive your dad. Get the full story. Your mom and sister sound like two peas in APD and toxic. Redditor 2, NTA? You are an adult now. You were in a crisis situation. You asked your mother and sister for help and were rebuffed. Your dad came through for you. Don't discuss things with your sister. Make your own relationship and life with your dad. Hugs and good luck. Redditor 3, NTA? It seems like both of your parents were probably equally to blame for the divorce, your mom being abusive, your dad cheating. If anyone is the R here, then it's your mom for scapegoating you. At the end of the day, forgiving someone their transgressions is a personal decision. Your mom and sister can no more make that choice for you than you can for them. Tread carefully, but honestly, your NTA, no matter if you forgive him or not. That's your choice to make, not anyone else's. Edited for phone autocorrect failures.